This leads us to a fundamental question: what does a modern manufacturing organization do? Or extended further, what are the various activities that a modern manufacturing organization is called upon to perform so that it remains an efficient supplier or manufacturer for which there is enough demand in the market? Here I need to explain how earlier organizations worked. Earlier organizations, if they invested once and they got manufacturing, the time to change, time to adopt a new technology was long. Many for 10 to 15 years used the same machines, same manufacturing processes and produce goods. Yes, they produced goods because there was a demand for it. However, over so much period of time, they did not invest or did not add some additional dimension to their business practices. A modern manufacturing organization is dynamic. So, let us see what the old did. Old purchased an item, old stored an item, old organization produced an item, again stored it and sent it. For this, the organization asked for a purchase order and it got a purchase order for a certain amount. As long as the organization kept doing this, it was okay. However, the pressures on the old organization in terms of delivery were very less. The order came once a month. You manufactured it once a month and supplied it. But somehow the customer would call, listen, I am running out of stock, please send the order on 20th. You were planning for 30th. But still not too much of pressure. Now let's come to see what a modern manufacturing organization is expected to do. The biggest surprise, the order size, or there is a huge pressure that the customer will not give you orders. The customer will put up a delivery schedule on its website or a portal where you're supposed to go see and decide how many numbers you're supposed to supply today. Let me give an example. If you are a seat supplier to a car manufacturer and you make the driver's seat and the co-driver's seat, you send 2 pieces per car and there are multiple models and you supply to all the models. The manufacturer just may put up the manufacturing schedule of each model and say, tomorrow I will make 500 of type A, 200 of type B and 100 of type C. You are supposed to translate this into the number of pieces that need to be present at the manufacturer's doorstep so that his manufacturing will not stop. This is a big deviation from what used to happen earlier. How this gets implemented could be different in various chains. Somebody may give you an open purchase order, as it is called, and give you delivery schedules. Somebody may give you an open purchase order and give you a forecast. And against that forecast, you may get a firm order for every 7 days, 10 days, whatever may be. But the biggest deviation from the past is a modern manufacturing organization has to think of integrating itself into the buyer. What I mean is the supplier should integrate into the buyer. The supplier is expected to tell the buyer that please don't give me orders. Just show me how much of my material you have consumed and I shall replenish. A modern manufacturing organization is also called upon to improve the process by itself. The modern manufacturing organization can only get audited that are you producing to the quality that we need, compared to old times when a lot of help came from the manufacturer. They send their technical teams to help you improve your processes, select materials and things like that. In another way, it is better, because if a modern manufacturing organization can develop itself, it can go out and find its market for itself beyond what the customer who had developed them is offering. So the pressure on a modern manufacturing organization is process improvement, technology improvement, in addition to what they were doing earlier. This is forcing a modern manufacturing organization to take help of softwares. Now, adding a department to what was already being done old times is going to increase cost. What I mean by this is, suppose you had a production department, purchase department, marketing department, HR department in old manufacturing organizations, and now you need to have enough of IT systems so that you can talk to your customer or you can even do your internal communications properly. You set up a big IT department which is trying to create softwares so that your other people can use. This addition, you can say software service providing department in your company, is a cost addition. However, the support IT staff can be there, but your current staff is supposed to know how to use this software. They are supposed to move away from manual to systematic working. Now, what I mean by this is counterintuitive. An example. When an organization is small, one man can easily do the production planning. The organization grows, you add 2 more. Suddenly, the organization has grown more and you want to add 4 more. What you'll end up with? You'll end up with 7 people trying to coordinate within themselves so that they produce a feasible plan. Do you think it's going to add speed to your planning process? No. It will just increase variability and coordination activities will go out. So, what you do here? If you want to improve coordination, you've got to reduce the numbers. How do you reduce numbers? And when you know your size of operations has gone up, this is the place where a software comes to your help. How do you reduce numbers so that the coordination activity goes down and 1 or 2 or 3% can systematically plan and coordinate all the activities in the company? This activity, by using a software, cannot be left to a department. Your current personnel are supposed to use it. So coming down to what activities a modern manufacturing organization does. It does planning, means synchronizing into the buyer. It does the traditional manufacturing, production, purchasing, storing, billing and improving technology. The pressure on modern manufacturing is high. However, in planning to manage a modern manufacturing operation, one should not overlook or forget the kind of benefits they can get by using these modern technology in terms of software and practices into the system, and do not take it as an add-on. you have to make your current people use this technology. Actually, in true sense, if the output goes up, only your shop floor staff should go up. But it is very often seen that the salaries of the shop floor staff is equal to the salaries of the management staff or the reporting staff or managerial staff. A modern manufacturing organization is tasked with looking at not only the production efficiency or the productivity of the labor staff or direct shop floor staff, it is also now tasked with improving the efficiency of its managerial staff. These are the people who coordinate, report, and send down information within the organization. The activities of these staff do not find a very easy way of measurement. We know that the labor has not produced, but how do you know what is the efficiency of the managerial staff? Non-direct labor, non-direct staff. The modern manufacturing organization is supposed to now focus on the efficiency of this staff. Why? Because a huge amount of shop floor labor has been reduced. To conclude, the purpose of a modern manufacturing organization is to make money today and tomorrow. We have to find ourselves a measurement which is going to give us some faith that my future is secured tomorrow. Then thirdly, it has to add new dimensions inside its traditional manufacturing environment of using software, design, and process improvements. And all these things have to be integrated into its management, or you can say manufacturing practices, not as separate departments. If the purpose of a modern manufacturing organization is to make money today as well as tomorrow, we should have a very good control on understanding where exactly does this organization stand. Probably the best definition or explanation given to me was from Mr. Ravi Gilani. What he said was, if the purpose of the organization is to make money today and tomorrow, he said there are 5 levels at which an organization makes money. And all these 5 levels sort of reflected how it was being run. Beautifully said. However, he also defined these 5 levels. 5th being the highest, 1 being the lowest. He starts off. The organization is not making money to meet its financial requirement. In other words, it's making a loss. Level 2, it is meeting its financial requirements but not making money. What does this mean? If you are not making money, how do you meet your financial requirements? So you may have borrowed extra, or you may have saved up something extra, you may have sold off your land to meet your financial needs. Level 3, you are making money but profit fluctuating. Level 4, you are making profit and profit increasing year on year. But the best was level 5. Not only that your profit increases year on year, but your return on investment also increases year on year. So if we had a measurement of the purpose of the organization, here it got defined more precisely. This is another feature of modern organization. They should know exactly where they stand. Making money not good enough. If the profit is fluctuating, you're creating uncertainty. However, what Mr. Ravi Gilani wanted to tell us is that if your profit is fluctuating, that means there is something which is out of control. Please find that out. Maybe you're focusing in the wrong place. So if you have got everything working nicely, your profit should keep increasing year on year. There's another big hurdle the modern manufacturing organization is facing. To find a buyer, this organization has to struggle. Whereas an old manufacturing organization enjoyed the patronage of its buyer. The buyer many times invested inside the supplier, helped the supplier build the capacity, maybe sometimes give some tooling advance, so that the manufacturer used that money for tooling and then was dependent on the buyer, because this tooling advance was amortized over a period of time. However, a modern manufacturing organization is considered worthy of doing business when it shows the capability and capacity to supply. Old organizations went into the market and said, listen sir, I am a very efficient manufacturer, I am supplying to so many of these people. It is good, it showed that you are capable of producing quality. But that is not a sufficient condition for you to become a supplier. It is a necessary condition that you should be producing quality. But if the buyer got to know that your capacity was overutilized and you are not able to deliver on time, you would have to invest and develop that capacity to deliver on time. Then you will become a supplier. So the pressure on a modern manufacturing organization is to invest adequately and become a reliable supplier to deliver on time. This goes in conflict with the old times. Showing your capacity utilization to be 100% was considered good. Today, you can show that you have a capacity utilization, but you have to show a buyer that how are you going to produce that extra component for him and where are you going to invest to enhance the capacity. To build all these abilities inside itself, so it comes out as a competitive supplier. Showing quality is not good enough anymore.